Hey everyone, Nick here again, back to talk about Fear the Walking Dead, specifically the Season 4 mid-season premiere. And this episode was a little bit slower, but it was still a very engaging character piece episode that I thought was really well done. I'll just get into it. I'll start with probably my favorite thing, really in general, with these shows, is just the pairings of characters that they can come up with. And this episode had a few really interesting ones. I mean, we got to see more of Morgan and Alicia together, and we got to see a little bit of it in the mid-season finale, but here they got like a full-blown plot thread together that I really enjoyed. Just seeing Morgan trying to help Alicia through her pain I thought was really fascinating to watch, and I thought it was just really well done from both of them. We also got to see Victor Strand and John Dorie, perhaps the two ensemble dark horses of this show. We got to see them together, and it was great. It was a little bit of tension since obviously Strand isn't the one who shot John Dorie. That was Alicia, and I am very much looking forward to seeing how that goes once John and Alicia reunite. But still, Strand was on Alicia's side in that whole debate, so there was some tension there. And it was only made worse when John revealed that his intentions were to find Charlie, and he wanted Victor's help, even though she killed Nick. But yeah, I thought that was a really interesting, almost like a, well, sorry about the pun considering who John is, but I like the standoff that they had with each other. Also, towards the end, we got to see a little bit of Althea and June together, which was interesting because I don't think we've even seen them really talk much yet. I mean, I love June a lot, but Althea, I still feel like we don't know all there is to know about her, so I'm always on board for finding out more about Althea. I mean, it just seems like there's so much more to her. I mean, as she herself said, you know, I'm a chick with layers. Well, I want to see more of those layers. Also, we got to see something I have been dying to see more of. John and June's relationship. I mean, they are just so good together. Garrett Dillahunt and Jenna Elfman just play a great couple. And just the characters themselves, their relationship is... It's a word that I don't think anyone has ever applied to either show in any regard. Sweet. Their relationship is exceptionally sweet. I look forward to seeing more of their relationship in the future, and I am shipping them so hard. Hashtag June Dorie, I guess, would be the name. I don't know. But, yeah, I love the two of them together so much, and I cannot get enough of them. Seeing Alicia trying to honor Madison and her goal to try and help people by trying to help the guy who had nailed "help me" messages to all the walkers, even though she was too late to help him. I thought that made for some really interesting potential for like a plot arc going forward. And another one that I think is gonna lead to a really interesting arc is Luciana. She's starting to lose it a bit. And I feel like it could be similar to Sasha after she lost Bob and Tyrese in Season 5 of the main show. She just absolutely lost it, particularly in the second half after Tyrese. I mean, I don't want Luciana just be I don't want her to just recreate Sasha's story perfectly, but I'm interested to see how it goes with her. I thought that the hurricane, even just the idea of the hurricane, is really fantastic. It's original, but it's believable because, you know, the dead rising wouldn't stop other natural disasters. They'd still be hurricanes and tornadoes and whatnot. And I think we got to see a tornado somewhat on the main show, but they were in a barn the whole time and they didn't really get to experience it too much other than just trying to hold the door shut in that barn. But here, like, they are literally stuck in the storm. And I love all the possible ideas for this one. I mean, the zombies are getting picked up and thrown around. Like, it's not impossible for one to get picked up and thrown through a window where one of the main characters just happens to be and they get bit. You know, like that's just something that could happen. And before you say that's unrealistic, I would like to remind you that a walker got struck by lightning right in front of Daniel. Okay? So, don't rule it out. Also, it seems like Charlie, Nick's murderer, is getting a little bit of a story arc. And to be honest, I find it intriguing, but I'm just like, this is so redundant. Because no one is ever going to forgive her. I mean, on the show, yeah, probably, but the fan base, no. I'm sorry, it won't happen. Like, people only really forgave Negan. Well, I wouldn't say they forgave Negan for killing Glenn and Abraham, among others. But, you know, people were able to just sort of embrace Negan because of his charisma. And nothing against Charlie's actress. She's an amazingly talented kid. But I don't think any kid in the world has the charisma to make up for it. And I don't think people are going to be forgetting what she did to Nick anytime soon, if ever. So, yeah, I feel like it's really redundant because the fan base is just never going to accept her, and I feel like they should throw a walker through a window and it gets her. Best performance in this episode, I'm going to give this one to Alicia Debnam Carey, because seeing Alicia trying to honor Madison, it reminded me a lot of Rick trying to honor Carl after his death on the main show. And I thought she was really compelling to watch. You know, she wasn't like overly emotional. Like, she just kind of buried it and was just like focused on a singular task, which was helping the guy who was nailing the help me signs to the walkers. And then when she found out that he'd been dead all along, that was just really well done, her response to that. Just like, no, he had to be alive, but he wasn't. Overall, I'm going to give this episode a 9 out of 10. The first half of the season was amazing, and I would say that this episode, it maintained the standard. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how the rest of it goes. Particularly since there's some new characters that are due to show up. And just like Althea, I like new people. Alright, that'll do it for my review, and I will see you next time.